right? It was slightly high as well. He was on the back foot. The bounce was high. There was a lot of movement back into.
Driving for. That's a good looking shot. Close to the batter. Nice stride out. Using the pace. And look at that outfield. That's quite quick. Yeah, it's such a good shot. Because it's not really a bad ball. It's slightly over pitch. But with 3 slips in place, as a bowler you have to gamble. You've opened up extra cover and you're saying to the batter, look, try and hit me through there. And he does that. Maybe just a little bit of width that allows him to get his hands through it. But you're right, how quick is the outfield? The amount of rain we've had. The ground staff has done such a good job here. Yeah, I was searching for some outswing, I thought, because he's got 3 slips there, bowling slightly wide of the off stump. Taskin Ahmed, last ball of the first over. Oh, that's a good one. That's really a brilliant delivery to end the over. It's all happening, 8 without loss. But just enough movement. Eight without loss. Well, left arm over the wicket is the line he will look to bowl. Now, we were speaking about the reasons for Bangladesh deciding to bowl first, and we've seen enough evidence so far in the first over. We've seen movement, we've seen a little bit of, let's say, I'm sure there must be some dampness where the ball seems to be getting stuck a little bit. It's not really taking off. There's enough movement for the fast bowlers. Shariful Islam from over the wicket. Karnaratna with 3 slips again. Yeah, he's getting that movement. That's a wide, but he's certainly getting that ball to move. Not just off the surface, but in there as well. Absolutely. That will be encouraging, but it needs to get him tighter with his line. It's also the batter watching that little bit of shape away. There will be a little bit of an apprehension when the ball is closer to him. Does he go for a drive? Does he try to cut the ball, close the face? 3 slips in. So the idea will be to try and go full and maybe find a little bit of outside edge if he could. Straight away, that's looking for wickets earlier on. Oh, no, don't bowl there. He'll love it on the pads. Yeah. Just went for a little bit too much from the bowler where he's trying to swing it from leg stump. And if you don't get your wrist right, they'll just stay on the hip and just watch this for timing. It is beautiful timing. Let it come, let it come. Open your hip up. Beautiful. There's that little bit of overcompensation after that wide delivery. Just went too straight, made it simple for the batter. It's just back of a length. More bounce there. The 14 without loss. This is over number 2. Sri Lanka put into bat an unchanged side. A fair bit of spin there with Lalage. There's also Tikshana Dhananjay De Silva could bowl a few overs. In fact, he can bowl his 10 here on pitches that are slow and that can respond. 2 frontline seamers. Dasun Shanaka will have a lot to do. But Shami, bunching in the left-arm spinner. I think just taking into account the nature of the wicket, they judge that maybe a top spinner would be more effective than the part-time of Afif Hussain, though Afif is better with a bat. Just gambled on getting a spinner in. 1 slip and a short mid-wicket. Thinking, that is really good thinking. He's searching for that in-swing there. Yeah, and for all our watchers now, just watch the wrist position of both these bowlers. We're going to see this wrist position here. Look how the fingers are right behind the ball, which then allows it to swing back in. And another Alan Donald is working with all the bowlers about wrist position. I spoke to him just before the game. And if you get that fingers behind the seam, it can cause right-handers and left-handers problem. Let them across the right-hander. Sanka and Kanarathna. It's a new opening pair. It's a young opening because Kanarathna hasn't really played too many one-day games. But so far, their average is quite good. Kanarathna was brought in to give some stability for Sri Lanka at the top. They were looking for someone who could bat long. And Kanarathna is the type of player who could bat deep, bat long. He's bowling wicket to wicket. His lines are good, his length's good. And yeah, this surface doesn't seem to be the easiest to bat on with this being under covers for a long time. You really haven't had the sun shining. But having said that, 100 to the ground staff, they worked really hard. Godfrey Dabarera and the rest of the crew have done a brilliant job to make sure that this ground is in this condition to try and play a game. End of the over. 16 without loss. Loss. Eventful first two overs for Sri Lanka. Haskin very nearly had his man. A review been overturned, or at least the decision been overturned courtesy of review. Kanarathna has looked solid. Nisanka did get in a good drive, but there were a few off the inside edge. Now to the left-hander. 2 slips. Well, now that's a delivery he would want to start outside the off stump. Yeah, just overcompensated a little bit. Let's have a look at his first over, which was magnificent. You're on about setting a tone. That was the first delivery. Then we saw a little bit of movement. We saw one that came in, one that went out. This one that was given out, but then was overturned. He went for the fuller delivery. And that was the last delivery. It's a real good start. What's impressive about that, the Corky, is the length he's bowled. I really enjoy talking to Taskin because he just wants to listen as well. And he talks about swing bowling. And he talks about bowling quick as well. First Bangladesh cricketer to take 5 wickets on his one-day international debut. He's a good bowler. I think he's getting better. It's been good. He's been wicket to wicket. He's not looking to bowl express pace. He's bowling within himself. But he's been really controlled. And at last, Sri Lanka has the edge, 3-2 over Bangladesh. Bangladesh's record here, the RPS, is not very impressive. They're yet to win an ODI game here.
Well, they'll want to correct that very, very quickly, and this is the perfect day for that big match. We're talking about Alan just looking after these 2 bowlers we see on view.
Again on the pads. Now that's an area that Kanarathna loves the ball. Plays with it, works the ball around, plays behind square, like in front of square, because he's got very strong wrists. Yeah, and as a bowler like him, he's got to hold more with that left arm when he's bowling to left-handers. You just have to hold a little bit more with that left arm. And that just keeps you in a better position. You don't fall away. I think that's what he's working. Now that he's got to adjust again because the right-hander is back on strike. That pre-slipped some time ago, but it's 2 now. He's getting that outswinger going, but he's starting a little bit too wide. That appears to be the problem for him, and also to the right-hander. He seems to be looking to bowl a little bit quicker. His pace is up against the right-hander.
It's not only that, I think he is finding it a tad difficult with the left-right combination. So the left-handed was down the leg side, not getting into line properly. Just poke his brains and find out he's just trying a little too much at point of delivery with his wrists and trying to put more angle in that ball.
You can just see, I'm watching him from obviously from wearing a third man position, and he's looking at square on. The one thing that I would pick up straight away now is his follow through. I don't think he's following through as far as he should do. He seems to be stopping, it's hot out there. This is tough to bowl in. I admit that. You can see he's dripping with sweat. But you just watch it too quickly. I think he's got to just make it a little bit longer with his left arm and then follow through. Good over. 18 without loss. Yeah, he's got a lovely run up. I know that Alan Donald's working on making sure that he hits the right places all the time. Nice rhythmical run up. It's the left arm. Watch the in a good position, and that drive there, that left arm can just drive a bit more. And then watch the follow through here. Watch how quickly he's pulling up. And for a fast bowler, I just think he can just get it a little bit more and go through the crease. Now, he's an excellent bowling coach, Alan Donald, and pictures of that man bowling was, his follow through with his pace, and I'm sure he's working with all the seamers, not just him, on making sure consistency. Just one over for Sorryful, and we're going to see another change here. Hassan been greeted with a boundary, I think. I think they'll get cut off for a moment. I thought the timing looked good. Askin Ahmed has so much work to do this time on the boundary. Short and wide. Karan is the type of player who loves to play those square shots on the offside. Doesn't really drive too much. Works through mid-wicket and square leg. Very severe short and wide outside the off stump.
Very surprised to see the change straight away after one over from Sorryful. And straight away, it's worked for the other pace bowler at the boundary.
I think it really came on. He was pushing at it. He was looking to play it away on the leg side. Ball arrived a bit too late, I thought. Just popped a bit. Let's take a look.
Maybe one of the reasons for bringing in Hassan Mahmood is the fact that more than Sorryful, who tends to hit the ground, and Alan Donald, we're talking about him, picks out from the three on view. Definitely the one who can get the ball to swing a little bit more.
So while talking about swing, he certainly you see fast bowlers when they see a lot of swing. Now, let's say they start and they get outswing 6 inches outside the off stump, and in most bowlers, their immediate reaction is they tend more straighter line. Is that a fast bowler's thing, or how would you describe it? Yeah, well, you try and go for that miracle delivery, and it just doesn't happen in an area where you want to hit all the time. Again, that ball, just a little bit of uneven bounce, didn't bounce as much, and didn't carry to the keeper.